everybody, welcome back to my channel, Fixing It Up with Sandra. In case you're new here, I'm Sandra, and today we're going to be working on a super adorable wreath. Here is going to be our centerpiece. I think this time around we're going to be using just a bunch of ribbon and a little bit of floral, and I'm really excited to do this one because we're taking a break from Easter and spring and all that fun stuff to just do a really cute rooster. I think, is it a chicken or is it a rooster? Rooster wreath. So let's point this camera down, get started, and yeah, let's have some fun. All right, so we have our work wreath, like I said, from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is open up all of these pipe cleaners. And you know, sometimes they're like a little crooked or whatnot, and you have to like readjust them. So that's what I'm doing right now. There we go. These nails do come in handy. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and just get it all prepared so it just is easier when I start to lay the mesh in. And I'm gonna pull this through. And I'll show you, in case you don't have this work wreath, I'm gonna show you how you can make your own. So in case you wanted to do this and you wanted the same layout. All right, just get these all open. Here we go. Okay, so what you can do if you want to go ahead and create a work wreath for yourself, I'm just going to pull these to the center to kind of get them out of my way. So you go ahead and get just either 12, 14, 18 inch one. Like I said, I believe this was 18 inch. Yes. So what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to put a pipe cleaner on your wreath frame. Okay. And this is if you don't have one of these, but you want something very similar. So you're going to take your 12-inch pipe cleaner and you're going to place it onto your frame. Then what you're going to do to get the correct spacing is you're going to take one of the pipe cleaners or both of them, lay it across, and wherever that ends is going to be your next pipe cleaner. And you're going to do this again, and you're going to do this all the way around your wreath. And that's how you create a work wreath. So you just put your pipe cleaner on and then lay it to where it ends, you put another one and then another one, and you just keep repeating that pattern. So just so you know, on this work wreath, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the bottom. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the top, just in case you are wondering about placement for your own work wreath. So again, we're gonna be using a 21-inch mesh. And I really like this mesh. I like the big poof that it creates. I rarely use this, and I have a ton of this stuff stored away. And I just, for some reason, it's not my first go-to. But with this kind of a wreath frame, the size, the 18-inch, I think the 21-inch mesh goes perfect with it. So we are going to be doing that. And we're gonna do a really simple, just the poof method. We're just gonna go all the way around here, do a simple poof method. We're gonna start in the center. We're gonna start in the center. We're gonna go all the way around. When we come back this way, then we're gonna go to the top, to the outer edge, and then we're gonna go all the way around. So again, very beginner friendly, very easy to do. And I'm just gonna just kind of unroll this a little bit, gather up the edge, and I always make sure that the edge is pointing down. So like sometimes it's just easier to do like that, and then just grab your mesh like so, and go ahead and open one of these pipe cleaners, lay it down. And if you want to really reinforce the tie down, you can always put a zip tie on this as well. All right, and then this is pretty easy. You know, like I said, we're just going to go all the way around. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to lay my mesh over here, and again, I'm going to pull enough mesh. I'm going to go towards my elbow. That's what I usually do, this to about my elbow, which is roughly between 14 to 16 inches, depending, you know, like how exactly high I go. So about that length. And again, just make sure that your seams are down. And this is going to create a really big, beautiful poof. So we're just gonna go ahead and place it in there like so. And we're just gonna do this all the way around our frame. Now you can, as you go along, open up each poof, or you could wait till the very end. I'm actually gonna move this out of the way and let my mesh hang off the table. I think it'll be easier for me to do that. I'm gonna gently roll it out. I don't want it to twist. Okay, there we go. All right, and so again, just, you know, roughly to the elbow, and do like so. And then we're not gonna cut any of our pipe cleaners, or these little green pipe cleaners, because we're gonna be putting ribbon in almost every single one of them. This is gonna be a very ribbony wreath. And like I said, I haven't done one of these in quite some time. So it'll be fun to see how this one turns out. And I really, really hope that my ribbon choices make sense when I go to put this on this frame. So anyways, so yeah, and I have to say that I haven't really seen too many more of these wreath frames at the Dollar Tree, but I think you can order them online. Like again, I'm talking about the one Dollar Tree that I filmed on here, but there's a couple more that I can go to. They haven't been really having like these work wreaths or those gray, similar to Unique in the Creek boards, but I'm gonna be heading out to another Dollar Tree here coming soon. All right. And because like right now I'm kind of guesstimating, you know, the length of my poofs. I'm not really being like 100% precise by going like this. I'm guesstimating. So if you feel comfortable doing that, feel free to do so. And when you go, okay, so when you've gone all the way around, now make sure you connect. You go back into the same pipe cleaner that you had started from. Okay, I'm gonna move that over, because you don't want that to have, you don't want there to be a gap. So you can either open that pipe cleaner back up or just twist, you know, again, but I'm gonna open it back up and then just go ahead and place it in there. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up my poofs while it's, you know, not so fluffy. I'm just gonna, you know, open these up a little bit, get it really poofy. And again, this is why I love this size of mesh. All right. This is gonna be super adorable. All right, and like I said, we might add some flowers. I'm not real sure, but we'll figure that out once we get there. Okay, so now we're back at the same where we started from. So we're gonna immediately bring it up or down, whichever way you wanna call it, to this pipe cleaner, and then we're gonna do the outer edge. Oh, I'm lying. No, we're not. We're gonna go to this one over here, because that one's too close. I need to have like a poof. So we're gonna go diagonal to there. And again, we're gonna do to the elbow. And just make sure my seams are down. All right. And this is where somebody's got to invent something that like you snap your wreath frame into it and it kind of like rotates, similar to like a Lazy Susan, but maybe at a diagonal, almost like a cut, like something that you would use to like hold a cookbook, but your wreath frame snaps into it. So it's not just kind of moving all over the place. I would like it to be a little bit steadier than what it's doing right now. All right, so if one of you guys are looking to invent something, that would be fabulous. All right, we're just about done. I say that and we still got like what, 10 more to go. And I was thinking about maybe doing some woodland cruffles, and I'm so proud of myself that I finally remember what that's called in this, but I don't know. I think with all the ribbon that we're gonna be putting in, I don't want to pull away from the ribbon. So you could, if you wanted to on this kind of a wreath, do that. It would look super adorable, but yeah, we're not gonna do that. Okay, we are almost there, and we're actually gonna probably use this entire roll of mesh, which is fabulous because I cannot tell you how many rolls of mesh that I have that are half used. And I think we're gonna be doing a tutorial where we just use a bunch of like mesh, kind of like how when you have a bunch of fabric, people make like these beautiful quilts with all of the leftovers. We're gonna do something like that, but wreath style. I think that would be super adorable, so we can get rid of all of our like half rolls and yeah, make something really fabulous. Ooh, yeah, similar, yes. Now my brain is like working, trying to picture this wreath. All right, we're almost there. We have 3 more. And like I said, we're getting low on the mesh, which is fabulous. And this was a 30 feet, not 30 yards, 30 feet. All right. And then we'll open all of our poofs up and to see how fluffy it really is. Okay, there we go. And it is a beautiful day today. I think once I get done doing this tutorial, I might head outside because we are expecting another storm here in California, Northern California. And I'm gonna take advantage of this sunshine while I can. Perfect. I'm literally down. This is how much of the mesh I have left, which makes me super happy. I might make my last poof just a little bit bigger to try to get most of it used up. Oh, and if you're local, I have a surprise for you guys. If you are local and you've been wanting to like learn how to make a wreath, I'm gonna be holding a wreath class here in my town. So if you are in the Clear Lake area, we'll be hosting one very, very soon. Oh my gosh, we did this somehow. The universe, the stars aligned, everything, because guess what? We have used this entire roll, which makes me so happy. Okay, so you will need an entire roll of this to create your wreath. Perfect. Oh my gosh, and this is so poofy now that I'm looking. I'm trying to get to the very edge and roll it a little bit, and then let's scrunch it together. And this is gonna go into my last pipe cleaner to reconnect it back to everything. And then I'll trim the edges of my pipe cleaner, or I'm sorry, not my pipe cleaner, but my mesh. So it's not, you know, so that jaggedy edge isn't still sticking there and I'll forget about it. So, all right. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, let me trim this edge off, or the end off. And be careful when you do this because of how poofy everything is, that you're not cutting one of your mesh poofs, you're only cutting that excess stuff off. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to pan out to show you this, but I'm gonna go ahead and open up all of my poofs. Wow, this is just beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So pretty, so poofy. This is just inspiring to use more of my 21-inch rolls for sure. And if I have to, I'm gonna order this frame, more of these frames off of the Dollar Tree online. All right, because like I said, I have some really pretty rolls in there. I don't know why. Okay. And if you're looking to find some rolls of mesh or some really cute stuff, I was on the craft outlet last night and looking at all kinds of different mesh and everything like that. And they have some sales going on. So if you're looking to purchase some stuff, check that out, or the Wreath shop. All right, let me pan out because I want to show you how poofy this is. I don't know if you can already tell how poofy this is with a 21-inch mesh and your 18-inch frame. All right, guys, this is how big your wreath will be with this method and this 21-inch mesh. And look at how beautiful and full and all of that stuff. And then, like I said, we're gonna be putting this right here, and we're just gonna fill it with tons of ribbon. And you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put some wire on here so we can attach it to our wreath frame. So we're gonna go ahead and do that before we start our ribbon, just so that this can be all ready to go. So I'm gonna toss this over here, point the camera down, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this string off the back of this, pull these staples out, like so. All right, and let me see if I can even pull these stickers off. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna use, this is just 22 gauge wire. You can get wire at the Dollar Tree. In fact, I have several things of wire from the Dollar Tree. I just happened to grab this one. So I'm actually gonna make this quite long, just because I don't know how much I'm gonna need. This is probably a bit too much, but still, I'd rather have a little bit too much than too little, and then I have to glue all over again and all the things. So we're just gonna do, let's do 2 things of ribbon, or wire, yes, wire. So what I'm gonna do, make sure just kind of find the half, or, all right, so we'll go ahead and put some glue right there, and then lay this in there. And I'm gonna kind of hold it down till it somewhat solidifies, because I want this whole ribbon, or why do I keep saying ribbon? That ribbon is on my mind. This wire is in there. There we go. Like I said, this glue gun runs so hot that it does take a while to solidify. So that's why I'm doing it right now. So it'll be nice and ready to go when we need to attach this sign. Okay, so we're gonna do this one up top. All right, again, same thing. Just make sure you really get it in there. All right, just for extra measure, I'm just gonna do a little top. Oh. On this. Perfect. Do a little top on that. All right, we're just gonna move this off to the side. Okay, and now we're gonna grab our wreath frame, wreath, and we're gonna start to work on some ribbon. So here's what I was thinking that we were gonna do. We're gonna make a bow, and we're gonna do that in just a few minutes. But first we're gonna do, let me just see how long these have to be. That looks good. So this is, let me grab my measuring mat. So we're just gonna do a piece like this, but this is 23 inches long. That's what we're going to do. So we're gonna do one. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like, because I'll go ahead and not bore you to death and cut the ribbon and then come back. But I just wanna show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our ribbons, and we're gonna do multiple colors of this. But here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take this, fold it in half, and then pinch it like so, like this. And then we're gonna place it into our, maybe that's a little on the short side. Maybe we'll go a little bit longer. Let's see, let me go ahead and tie this one on. I'm glad I should have done the measure twice, cut once, right? I'm gonna do it a little bit longer. I think I wanna go to 26 inches. So let's just figure this out real fast. So it goes to 23. All right. We're gonna go roughly about right here. And this is, my friends, this is how it really works, or what it's really like behind the scenes when I don't have everything prepped for you guys. You know, maybe sometimes I have to do, I heard a dog outside. Okay, so again, pinch in the center, like so, and then place it into your frame. And for me, the 26 works perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a bunch of my ribbon up, and I'll be right back. I'm not gonna bore you to death with that. And I'll show you what we're gonna do after that, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ribbons, and we're gonna do, like I said, a bunch of ribbon all the way around the wreath. So let me get to cutting and I'll be right back. I am back, and we have cut ribbon, and here's what I did. Okay, so I wanna show you what I did, because I know some people might ask. So I have the yellow. This is from the Dollar Tree, so it's 9 feet. So I use one whole roll to cut the yellow that we're about to do in that loop that I showed you for here. So there's 4, and it used the whole roll. Then I have this really cute ribbon right here, and I did 4 of them to go with the yellow. So it's gonna pair together like this. And it didn't use the whole roll, and we're gonna use this and this to make the bow. Now, I used some of this ribbon that I got from Costco. It's a wider, like the burlappy ribbon, to go with this color ribbon. Now, I ended up using the whole roll of this, and let me see if this is it. No, goodness. This was 2.5 inches by 3 yards, and I ended up using the whole roll for that. And again, 4 of each one is what I did. So we're gonna go ahead. Remember, there's 10 pipe cleaners on the outside, and there are 9 on the inside. So we're just gonna kind of put this on our wreath, you know, maybe like every other one, and just kind of go in the center. Again, I know there's not 5 for the inside, but that's okay. We are going to actually, maybe we'll do one more cut of these 2 to make 5 to go on the outside. I just thought of that. So anyways, let's go ahead and take our ribbon right here. So we're gonna go ahead and fold that in half. And then we're gonna take our other ribbon, this one, fold it in half. And we're gonna pinch, and we're gonna pinch. So they're gonna kind of go like this into our frame. So this one is gonna go on the inside, because the inside was 9. We have 4 of these. So we're gonna put this on the inside. So just go ahead and pick, you know what? Hold on. No, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it like this. I was wondering if we should do it 2 opposites. Either way, whichever way looks best to you. I'm gonna do it the same side, but I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a pipe cleaner, place this in here, and give it a good twist. And I'm just gonna fluff up my little ribbons, kind of make the little poof a little bit, and then just curl the ends of my tails, open them up like so. And I'm gonna show you here what I just did with this first one, so you have an idea of what I am doing. All right. This is how it looks, like that. All right, so again, we're gonna repeat this process on the inside. Again, we have 4 of these, and there are 9 pipe cleaners in the center. So we're just gonna go every other one. I'm just gonna lay them on top. I'm just gonna pinch them together like so. you know, actually I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna put it at a V. It just makes it easier to separate. This is what I'm doing as a V. All right, and we're gonna go every other one. So not that one, so this one. Place it inside. And this is where, you know, the price of a wreath can go up when you start using quite a bit of ribbon, but it does make it so beautiful. But just so you guys know, this does, you know, raise the price of the wreath. But I just wanted to do one because we've talked about it and I'm like, you know what, let's actually do one. And then puff that up a little bit. And we're still not cutting our pipe cleaners just yet because you never know if, you know, you're gonna add something last minute or whatnot. And again, and I'll show you when we get done with this row, what it looks like. It's already looking super adorable. I am starting to feel better about my ribbon choice. Okay, what, not that one. So yeah. There we go. And then we're gonna make a bow. We're gonna add red into this because there was a little bit of red on that rooster and I just wanna tie it all together. Super, super cute. So if you can't find that sign as well, like I said, I got it at Walmart a few years ago. I'm just trying to curl my ends to where like the little point goes down. I got it last year. So maybe, again, I want to say might have been like the Pioneer Woman from Walmart, like in that section. She has a lot of cute stuff and a lot of it's those colors that we're using right now. All right, we have one last one and then I will show you what this looks like. And not that one, but this one. And don't forget, we're gonna be adding our sign and then we're gonna be doing a bow. So like, there's kind of like a gap right here, but that is where we're going to put our bow. All right. Okay, let me show you what this looks like with that ribbon. Let me just pan out really fast. So here we go. Here's what we've got. Super cute. So like I said, there's kind of like a gap right here, but we're gonna put our bow there. It's gonna all make sense here at the very end. Super adorable, and this is how our ribbons look. So now we're gonna do the outer edge with our yellow and the other teal ribbon. So we're gonna lay the sheer ribbon down first. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We're doing this. I swear, everything that I went through with my cancer treatments has made my memory just very short. And so I apologize for all of the mishaps. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start right here. I kind of wanna go where, like, see these two ribbons right here? I wanna go in between on the outer edge. So there's a little bit of ribbon everywhere you look. So I'm gonna tie that, poof these up, get these tails kind of separated. Super cute. All right. And this is just going to be so adorable. Again, I questioned myself just like anybody else, like, oh my gosh, is this even going to look right? I don't know if these colors even match. And then I start doing it and I'm like, oh yeah, what was I worried about? So, okay, so not that one. We're going to do this one. Some of these loops are kind of big. Okay, so I want to show you. So see how like this ribbon, when I go to put it down, like the fancy stuff is on the other side. I just simply at the, you know, where it's tied on there, just twist it back over so both pretty sides are facing, you know, forward. There we go. So yeah, so when you put it in like this, where it's twisted, just twist that this way and then it makes it pretty. Find the other pipe cleaner. Okay, so yes, no, yes. And I can't wait to do the bow. And then we're gonna add the sign, which the glue has for the most part, completely solidified. So that's gonna be really secured, so I don't have to worry about the sign falling off at any point when we're working with it. Oh, I don't like the way that twisted. There, it's just getting very full, very pretty. And again, pretty easy to do when it comes to like beginner level. I hope you guys find this, you know, relatively easy. Not too much cutting except for the ribbon. And again, I know that the ribbon itself can, you know, cost a pretty penny. So I recommend, you know, definitely thrift stores, on sale at Michael's. I rarely pay full price, or go online, the craft outlet. And right now with the craft outlet, if you spend over $69, then shipping is free. And so if you're able to do that, it's a great deal. And the Wreath shop, they have ribbon, you know, for a decent price. But again, I know ribbon can be very expensive. And so that's why I don't do these too often. Okay, so that's probably where we're gonna put our ribbon thing. So I'm gonna stick this one right here just to keep the gap all open, because I wanna be able to put the bow right there. So, all right. Perfect. This worked out so perfect. Again, I'm going to pan out. You're going to see what this looks like, because I want to show you all the steps. Let me just twist that, and then I'll show you what this looks like. All right, here is our wreath. Super cute. Oh, wow, so adorable. So now we are going to work on, in fact, I'm just going to take this off the table because it's so big. We're going to work on our bow, and let me see if I can just reach over and pan this down instead. Okay, there we go. All right, again, I'm gonna use my bow dab rub. This just helps me, you know, keep everything aligned. So we're gonna start with this brown base because I want the color to be the more of the focus. And, you know, let's do the tails about 19 inches. Yeah, we're gonna do the tails at 19 inches, okay? That's what we're gonna do. So, oh, we're just gonna do it. I call it the old-fashioned way. This is like the simpler way for me to do it, is when I cut this, like so. All right. And then this is my center, put it down right there. Bring these down, try to make them centered. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, there we go. We've got that going. So now I'm gonna start on my loops. And this is just like, again, the easier way for me to do it. Make sure you put enough right here so that when you pull, like when you go to secure it, it's not gonna pop loose. So like so. And we're gonna do not super big loops, but we're gonna do loops. I say it's not super big and then I make a big one. This loop is roughly about 8 inches, okay? So we're gonna do like that. I'm gonna do the twist right here so so that brown lining is facing up. All right. I just want to bring these two up together to make sure that they're even. Nope, way off. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so we have the one loop. It's going to flatten this just because this is going to be my outline for the length of all the other ribbons. And yeah, we're just going to do, decisions. I think we're just going to do one of the brown. And then, like I said, we're going to bring in some red. Let's see which one I want to do. I think we're going to bring in the smaller. This is like a burlappy kind of red. And we're going to do the tails. Like so. Pinch that right there. Right there. This is just way easier than me trying to like loop and create like a tail and all that other fun stuff. I wish I was able to do it like that, but I'm just gonna go with what works for me. And then we're gonna do the loop. Again, make sure you have enough so when you wrap it, and you know what I just realized? I think I'm gonna put the yellow. I just realized I'm gonna put the yellow. So I'm gonna get this all measured out, but then I'm gonna take this red off because the yellow is what I want on here right now because it's the sheer and it's a little wider. You know what the heck? Let's live wild and not do that. Again, flatten everything out. We'll poof it all back up here in a minute. And is this way easier for you guys to make a bow? I wonder if everybody makes their bows like how I'm doing right now, if you're a beginner. Because it's just so much easier. I know there's like extra cutting and all of that other jazz, but hi Nug. Nugget has entered the building. Yes, you have, Nugget. Hold on. My little circus cat, she'll join us here in just a second. Come on. She likes the white stool. That's her little seat. And there she is. All right. We're just probably gonna end up using this whole roll, so why not? Like so. I see you, Nunug. And look at that. I know, Nunug. Hold on. Perfect. So I would recommend if you get a roll from the Dollar Tree that you get 2 rolls because that's what you're gonna need for this wreath. And then we're gonna do, last but not least, we're gonna do this really pretty teal that we've been using on our, again, just gonna unroll it for the most part. Like so, like so. It's funny, everybody at my store or customers, when they come in, they're always looking for Coco because she's, you know, my shop dog. But on YouTube, everybody, for the most part, is familiar with Nuggie because, and I call her Nuggie, but with Nuggie, I know, hold on. She wants me to pet, and she taps. She's like, excuse me, like I would like a pet. And so, all right. I know, I can feel her tapping me, see? She's so cute. Oh, I love pets. They're absolutely adorable, no matter what kind of pet you have. I have a pet turtle that is currently hibernating, but he should be awake very soon. All right, there we go. And I'm actually going to zip tie this just because I don't want this to fall apart. So let me grab a zip tie. And again, you can get these from the Dollar Tree. I Nugget. So you can get these from the Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip it because this kind of opens like this. I'm just going to slip it through the bottom, you know, underneath the very first, and technically you should probably put your zip tie in there first, but I always forget. And just make sure it's the right way. Start to bring it up. I'm gonna start to close it. No. So as it comes up, there. And then I'm just gonna pull the zip tie to the back. And then just give it a really good pull. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off this like excess material right here. I know, Nunug. And if anybody's thinking about getting an orange tabby, they really are they're the sweetest animals. I have multiple cats and She is by far the absolute sweetest. Okay, so I went ahead and did cut that extra fabric. Now we're gonna cut the zip tie off, throw that away, and we're gonna bring our wreath back up here. And again, I still haven't decided if we're gonna use any flowers. So we're gonna grab our wreath. Here we go. And remember, we have that gap right up here, so that's where this is gonna go. So now to attach it, I think it's very tempting to bite. Okay, I'm just gonna somewhat poof it up, bring my tails down before I put it onto my wreath. I'll have to readjust it. It looks so wild right now, but it'll be super cute once we get it on here. All right. There we go. And we are going to use one of the pipe cleaners on here to attach this. So I'm going to do it right here. And we will cut this one for sure because we're not going to add anything into this pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a snip. The more and more this wreath comes together, the happier I am about my choices. All right. Poof, poof, poof. Super, super cute. And obviously I'll have to do more when it's in the correct way. All right, can y'all see how cute that is? Again, I will show you the better angle here in just a bit. All right, we've got it. We've got it, we got it, we got it. All right, now it's time to attach our sign. And that's, after that is when I'm gonna decide if we are gonna go ahead and use floral. So again, we've got it back here, so it's on here pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and bend this, and then bend this, and we're gonna thread it through, and yes, get this on here. So again, this is why you will have to adjust your ribbons multiple times, but all right, I'm gonna flip it over. We're just gonna attach it to this frame right here. Now I'm not gonna pull super hard, too hard, because I don't want, so I wanna make sure I'm gonna flip it back over to make sure that I have it in the right spot before I really tie this down. But I am going to, just making sure that everything's out of the way. Give it a couple of good twist. All right, so we've got that. Now let's do the bottom. And again. And I am tempting Nugget on every level with this wreath. She's like, let me add it. Hi, Nugget. So, okay, I see I don't have my sign completely centered, so I'm gonna, there we go. Trying to, okay, I think this is it, and I'm gonna flip it over, just double check it, and then if it is, I'm gonna go ahead and really secure it on here. Yes, all right, this is just so big. It's on here good, it's centered, so now we're really gonna do some good twisting to make sure that this is not coming off anytime soon. And then I'm also going to wrap it around the frame. All right, there we go, a couple of twists, and then we're going to cut the excess. And then tuck those back or down so you or whoever is handling this doesn't get poked. All right, so there we go. go, and then around. All right, and I will definitely pan this camera out because I want you to see what the wreath looks like completed, and I want to see what it looks like as well, so I can determine if I want to do flowers. As you can see, I did a little something different. I hung it up, and I did not like the sign in the center. I just didn't like it. It felt too small for the size of wreath, and so I tucked it off to the side right here. And I do think that it needs flowers. I think it needs lots and lots of flowers. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. It's gonna make this sign look really cute once we add the floral. Not that it's not cute, but it's really gonna make it pop. But yeah, I think it looks super cute with the sign down below. And I love all the colors. It does pull it together, but wait till you see when we get the flowers. So let's get started on that. So we're gonna do things, again, a little different. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my wreath hung, and then we're gonna add the flowers to it like so. That way I have a real good, clear idea of how this is gonna look. And what I have are these cute little teal greenish lilies that I got from the dollar store. Again, white lilies right here. And I had to put these carnations in here just because it matches so well. So what we're gonna do, and I cut the stems really short because that's all you really need to just kind of, you know, put it into the mesh. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of hot glue, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this one like so. Just kind of tuck it in there. There we go. And we're just gonna go all the way around our wreath. And this is not sticking in the way I want it. There we go. There we go. We're gonna get the hang of this. Okay, and you can just easily put these stems in here. That's why I cut them pretty short into the mesh. That. All right, and we're just gonna go around and place our floral pieces. And sometimes, you know, it just is easier for me to have my wreath, you know, in this position, because then I'm like, okay, now I can really see what I'm doing. So we're just gonna pop. And what do you think? I know that angle is kind of funky, but I will show you here in just a minute. I'm just trying not to walk around in front of the camera so much, but I will show you like full frontal how this looks. But I want to show you how you can just add a few flowers to this by putting the little stems into the mesh, and it just brings another wow factor to your wreath. Like I said, just make sure your stems are pretty tiny because you don't want them to poke all the way through. You just kind of want them to you know, to be there. Like just a little bit of the stem just to kind of hold it in. That petal's all messed up. Okay, we just have a funky petal. All right. And I already think that adding the flowers has added a whole new, brought it to a whole new level. It looks absolutely beautiful. And I have not, again, cut the pipe cleaners off yet, but we will get to that. That's my very, very last step. And so again, just wiggle that stem in there. And then sometimes if it's not going to stay in the correct position that I want it to, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue behind this leaf and this flower petal right here and really make it stick in the position that I want it to. There we go. And we just have a few on right now. I'm going to pop a couple more, and I don't want to overload it, but I think it looks pretty good so far. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the flowers, or could you have done without? And right there, I think we're gonna do a white flower down below. Okay. And I've only got one bunch of each flower. So like one bunch of the lilies, one bunch, or the green lilies, and then the white lilies, and then one bunch of the carnations. All right, maybe, let's stop while we're ahead. Let me give you a full on look of this wreath. All right, this is the wreath. I'm gonna make this to where it pulls up a little bit more. I'm gonna add some more glue to it to just kind of like make it not look down, but look up. You could do that with a little bit of glue. But what do you think about the floral pieces on here? I really like it, and I'm not going to add any more because I just wanted to add just like a little bit of the extra pop, but we're just going to straighten some of this ribbon out. But I think it looks fabulous. I love it. Super, super cute. Oh, I love it. And it's really, really big. That's all I have to say. It's really a big, giant wreath. All right, so I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this wreath. I want to know what you guys think. Would you have added the flowers? Do you like the sign in the middle? I know I didn't show it because it was just not working. It was too small of a sign for this wreath, so that's why we tucked it off to the side. But anyways, I love how this came out, and we're going to be using a lot more 21-inch rolls of mesh because I just love how big it is. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm super excited to hear it. And like always, make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit the notification bell because you want to know when I'm going to upload a tutorial because you never know what it's going to be. But thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys learned a little bit of something, saw something creative, and yeah, and if not, let me know in the comments. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next tutorial.